These SYR are a bit of a softer range and not many people know about them. They are made by players for players, so let's see what the players think of them. Hi guys, Sandy here from the Paddle School. In this video today, we're going to racket review the SYR range. So the top 4 models of the SYR range, and we're going to have 4 different players' perspectives on these rackets. Okay, so we've all just had a go with the SYR range. Let's start with the SYR Control. So this is the round racket, hexagonal surface with the black ever in the middle, roughly 360 to 370 grams. Sam, what were your thoughts on that?
I quite liked playing with this one. I do like the surface of the bat, a lot of spin, which was nice. Although it says Control, I think I got more power out of it than anything. Really good balance point, but I think out of the 4, that's probably the one I would not choose.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, it feels nice in the hand. I like the balance of it. The rough feel does lead to a lot of spin generation on the ball. As Sam mentioned, despite the name, it's a little bit more power and almost a bit springy off the racket, which if you're looking for more power in your game, I think it'd be a great racket, but possibly not my favourite of all 4 SYR.
So this is the one I came to last out of the ones I tried. So I tried this one last, and I found that I picked it up and immediately found it was heavy in the head, and I felt like it was different feel to these. And yes, I could get some power, but I didn't feel like I could actually get much control on it, really, if I'm honest. So I felt for me this probably was my least favourite.
Yeah, I mean that's it's kind of more of a performance racket with the weight towards the top end. So, you know, it's for essentially those kind of heavy hitting, you know, heavy smashers, attacking players maybe from tennis that are used to a slightly harder racket than the others, I think, and slightly more head heavy. I used to like using that, but then, you know, as time went on, you know, with my shoulder, it's probably a little bit too head heavy for me at the moment, but I still feel good combination of power and control. Let's look at the SYR Beast. So this is a teardrop with the sandpaper surface, roughly 365 to 370 grams as well. Sam, what are your thoughts?
I love the name Beast, first of all. I think that's a great name for it. Really, really love the sandpaper feel on the top as well. Generated a lot of spin on the ball. Overall, I didn't get a great sort of feel on the ball when I was playing. I think it kind of lacked power for me. So probably not one I would choose, but it was all right to play with.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely love that name, the Beast. Good power racket. For me, if I was playing a lot of competitions and switched to playing on the left side, I think it'd be perfect. You can pop it out really easily out of the court. Nice feel on the sandpaper as well. So yeah, overall, I think a really, really good competition racket for players.
Yeah, so this is my racket and I play with this one a lot, and for competing I think this is great. For me, I've got used to this racket, which gives me a good amount of power. I feel like it is a powerful racket, but at the same time I feel with the sandpaper on the top I can control it. I guess if there was a downside to this one, it's not quite as colourful as the rest, but you know, maybe that's what it is, right? It is a beast.
Yeah, I agree with you. I used to use this one to compete before Slazenger, and I really like it. The mix of power and control you get. You can still be really aggressive, but also have, you know, good touch shots around the net. I do like the sandpaper for a little bit of friction on the ball. I think this is a good racket for more advanced players, but also those kind of intermediate levels as well, particularly from tennis backgrounds and things like that. Okay, next let's have a look at the Paddle School, the SYR, the Freya model. So this one is a little bit lighter, around 360 grams. The white ever rubber on the interior and a round shape. Sam, what do you think that?
I really loved this racket, actually. Although it's a little bit lighter, I found I could generate quite a lot of power with it and still have a really good amount of control. Love the softness of it as well. So I think that's something I could definitely see myself playing with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me, the Freya 1.0 is the favourite for me out of all 4. Despite it being fairly light and the round shape, you can still generate a lot of power when needed at the net. But because of it being the control from the back of the court, it suits my game perfectly. So I'd highly recommend this. And actually, as a coach, it would be great to coach all day on court with that because of the feel and touch.
Soft and velvety. This one. So because it's got like the material on here, it's got a great feel. It's definitely shiny and and the feel that I get off this surface is great. It's quite unusual actually with that white in the middle as well. So nice colours, good feel, and for me the second out of these 4 rackets. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this is brand colours, so I'm a big fan of the colours and that kind of matte finish. I know what you mean. It is a bit of a velvety finish. I really like this one to coach with and also to compete with as well. It's light and soft, but you actually get good spring on it and good power. I would recommend this really to all levels, like beginner level, intermediate. This is a great racket if you've got elbow or shoulder problems. Again, this is perfect. Right the way up to the kind of advanced competitor level, but there's a big difference between that and this heavy one that's a lot harder, isn't it? But yeah, I obviously like this racket. The fourth would be the SYR Feather. So this is the lighter model. This is for the ladies or juniors. It's got that shiny surface, round shape. What were your thoughts, Sam? Did you like that one?
I love this one. This is my favorite. I felt like it was like Thor's hammer and it was just made for me. So I can just actually take this now. I love the colors. It's the same color as my tennis racket. And although it's quite light, I felt I can get a lot of power and control. And I'm used to playing with something a little bit heavier. But I felt all around, playing at the net, playing at the back, I felt this was the bat for me. So
yeah, not going to let it go. No.
Take this home.
Yeah, for me, a really, really great racket. Personally, it's a little bit too light for my game, but I can see how for a budding kind of junior or a female player or somebody that's maybe struggling with shoulder or elbow problems, that would be great. And you get great touch off it and a little bit of power when you need it as well, as Sam alluded to.
Yeah. It's got a vinyl feel, so this is definitely one that you pick up and it's got this different feel to the other. It's like this vinyl touch to it, so that's quite unusual. And again, love the colours to this. A little bit light for me, but I felt like I get good control off this racket.
Yeah, and it is obviously meant for the ladies and juniors, so it is a little bit lighter, but I would say it's a performance light racket. I think ladies could compete with that and it would be very, very good for them. Again, also good for beginner and entry level because it is lighter. And like you mentioned, elbow and shoulder, again, a great one for this because you get the elements of power and control, but also not putting pressure on your shoulder. So there we summarise the SYR, the top 4 models. On this side, I'm going to put a video for the premium Slazenger model. So if you haven't seen that, you should definitely check that out. And in the comments down below, let us know what racket you use and what you would like us to review next.